I'm choosing to sit in a hero's pose, so that's with feet tucked under, toes pointing back, sitting on the heels. If you would prefer to sit another way, that is perfectly fine. Just choose something comfortable. And then from here, we're just going to take a moment to arrive in our practice. We'll bring the hands down either to the legs or somewhere to rest. Let the arms be nice and heavy. Sit nice and tall. Really notice the length of the torso. You might even think about a string pulling you up through the top of the head, making you longer from the hips up to through the top of the head. And maybe you tuck the chin slightly. And breathing a little bit more deeply here, softening and deepening the breath. Noticing how it feels to start to breathe more deeply. Noticing the way the breath sounds, the way it feels moving in and out of the nostrils. And we'll take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. If you've got the eyes closed, you can slowly start to open them. On the next inhale, we'll reach the arms out to the sides as straight arms, and then reach them back behind you. Find a clasp of the hands. And then once you do that, bring the knuckles, those clasped hands, together at the kind of at the small of the back. So we've got bent knees, knuckles at the base of the spine. And then from here, big inhale, spread the chest, draw the elbows a little closer together. And then as you exhale, pull the belly in a little, pull the tailbone under, take the arch out of the spine. Take one more inhale here, get nice and tall through your torso, that pulling of the string from the top of the head. And then as you exhale this time, maybe you start to straighten out the elbows a little bit or a lot. Think about elbows are drawing back and down toward the ground or the mat. And they're slightly pulling away from the body. And broadening the chest. Maybe we tuck the chin once more. Knit the ribs in. Pull the belly in a little. And then breathe. Maybe close the eyes again. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, slowly let the knuckles draw up the spine, up the back, bend the elbows again, and then bring those knuckles over to the right side, reaching that left arm behind the back. I'm just turning so you can see me, and then from here, let the head tilt over to the right. So right ear toward the right shoulder, nice length through the left side of the neck. And then if you like, you can start to rock the head a little forward and back, warming up through the neck, especially if you've just woken up or it's still early in your morning. Go easy, go nice and gently, just explore how you feel. Maybe you take it forward a little bit too, and then back. Do a couple more. And then come on back through center. We'll release the hands, release the clasp, and shake up your flow. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to take the other side. So we'll reach the arms out to the side again. Reach them back behind you. This time, clasp the opposite way. So the opposite thumb is on top. The other side, the other version of the clasp. I'll turn sideways again so you guys can see. So from here, same thing, sit nice and tall, spread the shoulders away from each other, as in broaden through the chest, and then pull the pelvis underneath you, pulling the belly in slightly, taking that arch out of the spine. And from here, we draw the elbows together and start to straighten the arms. Notice how it feels having the hands clasped the other way. It's probably weird. That's okay. Drawing the knuckles down toward the mat. And then as you do that, remembering to pull the belly in and breathe. Take one more round of breath. As you exhale, draw the knuckles up the back, and then we'll bring the hands back over to the other side. So we're pulling that right arm back behind us and resting those clasped hands kind of on the left waist. If your clasp does not come that far, just rest your clasp wherever it does, slightly to the left. So we're pulling that right arm behind us at least a little bit. And then from here, a big inhale to get tall, and then exhale, let the head fall to the left. And you can stay right here, stretching the neck, or you can start to move the head a little bit forward and back. And we're breathing here. Nice deep inhales. Nice long exhales. You want to come a little bit forward here, increase that range of motion of the neck. Half circle, go for it, do what feels good to you. And when you're ready, we'll come back through center. We'll release that clasp behind us and shake out the arms a little bit. And last thing we're going to do from here is I want you to take a big inhale and reach your arms up. Biceps, upper arms are by your ears and palms are facing in. And then first thing here is reaching really tall, getting as long as you can. This time you can imagine someone is grabbing your hands and they're pulling them straight up toward the sky. So we're reaching. And then as you exhale, I want you to draw your shoulders as far away from your ears as you can. So the arms stay reaching, we stay tall, but we create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Good. Take another inhale, reach up. This time, really actively draw your shoulders toward your ears. See if they can get as close as possible as you reach as high as you can. And then this time, exhale, really exaggerate it. Draw the shoulders down, create as much space as you can. Ears and shoulders. Space between. All right, we're going to change the hands. So from here, we've got the shoulders are still nice and down. We're going to take the hands, pull the fingers back like you're placing your palms on the ceiling. And just see how far you can go. You don't have to have flat palms, so you can think about if you're balancing two trays on your hands. For some reason, you're carrying them above your head, and you've got plates on your hands, and you're holding them flat. Okay, same thing. We inhale, reach those palms of the hands to the sky, shoulders toward the ears. And then we exhale, keep those fingers pulling in, and then draw the shoulder blades nice and down the back. Hold it here for a minute. Take a breath in. A minute. A breath. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and release the arms down. Shake it out. Beautiful. All right. From here, we're going to come forward into our tabletop pose. I'm going to turn back onto my mat. So from here, we've got wrists under shoulders, knees under the hips. We know the drill. Inhale, cat-cow. Drop the belly. Arch the spine. Look forward. Exhale. Draw the chin in toward the chest. Press the ground away around the spine. We'll take a couple of these. Go slow, moving through the spine. Really make it big. Exhale, slow with the breath. Big curl of the spine, big rounding of the spine. Let's do one more set. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Beautiful. Inhale back through that neutral position here, neutral spine. And then we're going to walk the hands forward about one hand step, one hand length forward. And then tuck the toes under, lift the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We're going to pedal out our dog here. So we walk the legs, bend one knee, straighten the other, and then alternate between the legs here, warming up the backs of the legs, moving in our downward facing dog. Good. Take that a couple of times, and then find your stillness in your downward facing dog. Heels can be lifted, knees can be bent. Do what you need to do. We all have tight hamstrings, probably. All right, and then from here, let the head hang. Maybe shake it a little side to side. Really make sure your head is hanging. And then from here, I want you to draw your shoulders as close to the ears as you can. So pressing into the ground, we're touching the ears with the tops of the shoulders, basically. And then as you exhale, do the opposite. Draw the shoulders as far away from the ears as you can. Draw the shoulders down the back like we did in our seat. See how that feels. See if you feel the upper back turn on. Muscles of the upper back pulling your scapula down the back. Now supporting you when you're downward facing dog. Let's do it one more time. Big inhale, draw the shoulders to the ears. And then as you exhale, release it. Release the head down, lengthen the neck, draw the shoulders down the back. Take a breath here, hold that position. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bend the knee, big step, round the spine, two-step through, foot between the hands. Drop your back knee, low lunge. Walk that right foot a little bit right if you need it for stability and for the depth of your lunge. On the next inhale, we come up, reach the arms tall. We'll do it here too. Inhale, reach them taller, reach the shoulders to the ears. And then as you exhale, you know where we're going. Shoulders away from the ears, nice long neck. Good. Inhale, stay here. And then exhale if you like. Reach the arms a little to the right. Little side bend through that left side. And maybe a little bit more lengthening here through the left hip flexor. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, draw the belly in, come back through center. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Place that left hand down underneath your shoulder. And then inhale here, open toward that right knee. Open twist to the left, right arm to the sky. Gazing to the thumb. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take one more here. Big breath in. Exhale, two hands down, framing your right foot. And then as you inhale, send the hips back. Press your right leg. Stretch that right back of the leg, sending the hips back toward the back of your mat. And starting to straighten your right leg. Good. Stay for the breath. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come back to that low lunge. We're going to go through that again a little bit more quickly, always with the breath. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up tall. As you exhale, lean to the right, stretch through that left side body. Inhale, back through center, low lunge. As you exhale, left hand comes down under the shoulder. Inhale, we open, twist to the right. Gazing up. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, press your right leg, half split, send the hips back. Stay here. You do not need to straighten the leg all the way. I am not straightening my leg all the way. One thing you can try is inhale, stick your butt out behind you. See if you can, almost like you're trying to arch the spine and look forward, the opposite of rounding the pelvis underneath you. You're arching the spine and looking forward. Go easy because it'll make it more intense. But try it and see how that feels. Good. All right, come back into your low lunge. Plant both hands, tuck your back toe under, lift that back leg. And then we press back, three-legged dog, and then downward facing dog. Take a moment here, find your footing, find your pose. And then once you've found it, you know what we're going to do. Draw the ears toward the shoulders, really squish your head between your arms, and then exhale, lengthen the neck, draw the shoulders away from the neck. Remember what that feels like, so that every time you're in your downward facing dog, you don't have to do the whole thing. You can just think shoulders down the back. Let's do it again. Ears to the shoulders. Exhale, long neck. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your left leg. Three-legged dog. Exhale, round the spine. Big step. Foot between hands. Drop your neck, knee. Beautiful. Find your stance. Find your footing. And then when you're ready, big inhale. Low lunge. Reach your arms up tall. We did it on the other side, so we'll do it here. Reach the arms up. Shoulders to the ears. And then exhale down the back. Good. Stay for the inhale. Exhale it out. One more inhale. As you exhale, reach the arms a little to the left, lengthening through that right side body. You might notice that as you shift the arms to the left, you might be able to sink a little bit more into that squat, or it might feel good to sink a little more into that squat. Lunge is what it's called. See how it feels in the front of that right hip. Take another breath, then exhale. And then on your inhale, draw the belly in, let it bring you back through center. And then arms come down, right hand, fingers nice and spread underneath your right shoulder. On your next inhale, open to the left. Open, twist, left arm up. Gaze to the thumb and stay. Press your right hand into the mat. Reach your left arm to the sky. Draw that left knee in toward the body. Good. Chest toward the leg. One more inhale. As you exhale, left hand comes down. We shift the hips back. Half Hanumanasana. Stay here and breathe. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, shift the hips forward. We'll go through it one more time, this time a little quicker. Inhale, lift the arms up. Low lunge. Exhale, arms reach to the left side, bend, hip flexor, stretch. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, right hand down. Left arm up, reach, open, twist to the left. Exhale, left hand down, two hands down. Inhale, shift the hips back and stay. You can try on the second side once again, arching the spine, looking forward. So maybe you lift the chest a little bit. You think about untucking the tail. So if it helps, you can tuck the tail And then you can see what it's like to do the opposite of that, sticking the butt out behind you. See what that feels like in the back of the leg. Or don't, if you already have enough sensation. Breathe here. Good. Shift it forward. Come on out. Go slow. Plant your hands. Spread your fingers. Tuck your back toes under and lift the back knee. Then we'll press into the ground, three-legged, downward facing, 2 feet down, downward facing dog. We're going to move through a flow together with options as always. So from your downward facing, we're going to inhale, roll forward, go slow. We're rolling into our plank pose extremely slowly. When we get there, take a breath in, press the hands into the mat, press the fingers and all of the knuckles into the mat. Take another breath in. As you exhale, we lower half or all the way down. This can be knees lowered or not, chaturanga, or all the way down. Inhale your back bend, cobra, or upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, legs, thighs are lifted, broad into the chest wherever you are. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in here and breathe out. Take one more round of breath. Make your neck long. Draw your shoulders away from the neck. Good. Inhale here, bend the knees and look forward. Take little steps forward to the top of your mat and then have a seat. Have a seat on your mat. Bring your feet out in front of you. Flex the toes in toward the face. And from here, bring the hands, spread the fingers, bring the hands down beside the hips. Full hand on the mat. And take a nice deep breath in. Press the palms, straighten the arms, broaden the chest. Maybe close the eyes and tuck your chin. I want you to think about not doing it, but trying to press so hard into the mat that you could lift your butt off of the mat. So we're light. Our weight is in our arms, the pressing down. Take another breath. Exhale, release that pressure in the hands. Release the hands. Bring them forward and start to walk forward into your forward fold. Now, if you'd like to, you can bend the knees. You can even bend them so aggressively that your belly comes to the thighs. And then we fold onto the legs. That's an option. If you'd like to just fold over the legs with them straight, that's also an option. If you'd like to stay somewhat upright or all the way upright, if that is enough for you, then do that. Finding what is right for you and finding what feels good on this particular day is a big part of the practice. Find your pose and take some deep breaths. One more round of breath here. Big inhale. As you exhale, slowly we will come up, sit back, up. Inhale, draw your right leg in toward your body, bend the knee, and then step that foot over your left leg. Plant that full foot down onto the mat. Keep the left leg nice and long. Keep the left toes flexed in toward the face. We're going to come into a seated twist here. I'm going to start with an option where we have that leg stepped over the left, and then we're going to wrap our left arm around the leg, the right leg, And then plant that right hand behind us. Get nice and tall on an inhale. Exhale, we twist open to the right. If you'd like to, in this position, you can unhook that left arm and replace that elbow on the outside of the leg. Fingers pointing up toward the sky. Torso, spine still really nice and tall and long. And we twist. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath here. As you exhale, slowly release your left arm. Slowly come back through center. Take a second to counter twist a little bit over to the left. And then we'll come back through center. Undo that right leg. Bring it out in front of you. Maybe wiggle out the leg just a little bit. And then when you're ready, right leg plants, toes in toward the face. And we bring that left leg in and step it over the right leg. Same thing here, nice and tall through the torso. Bring that right arm, wrap it around the left, and turn open, twist open to the left with that left hand behind you. Use the left hand on the ground or on the mat to press down, making you tall. Breaths in, make you tall. Breaths out, bring you into the twist. If you'd like to unhook your right arm and then re-hook that elbow to give you a little bit more twistability. Do it. Do what feels good. Breathe. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Make your neck long. Breathe in like you're being pulled up toward the ceiling through the top of your head. Like your spine is being pulled up from the hips. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, slowly back through center. Slowly, little counter twist to the right. And then we'll come back through center. Wiggle the legs, maybe lean back on the hands to let the legs wiggle a little bit. And then we will come into a cross-legged seat or whatever version of your seat feels good and sounds good right now. Good. Bring the hands to the legs. Sit nice and tall. Settle the shoulders. Maybe tuck the chin a little bit. Maybe close the eyes. And we'll close our practice today with one big breath together. Inhale. And exhale.